Trump nominates RFK Jr. to run the Department of Health and Human Services, and Democrats freak out. Previously, Trump had already nominated Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, and the Democrats freaked out. Trump also nominates former Fox News host Pete Hegseth for Defense Secretary, and Democrats freak out. He also nominated Tulsi Gabbard for National Intelligence Director, and guess what? The Democrats freaked out. You know, I'm starting to notice a trend here. Kind of reminds me of a book called Chicken Little. Chicken. But yeah, it's like every time Trump announces a pick for his cabinet, the sky is falling. Meanwhile, the only thing actually falling is gas prices. But yeah, after calling everyone he disagrees with Hitler, it's kind of hard to take Chicken Little seriously anymore. Except maybe as an appetizer. He would make a tasty little chicken nugget. Anyways, Democratic Representative Wasserman Schultz claimed Tulsi Gabbard is likely a Russian asset. Oh no, here we go again. She of course provides zero evidence or context, because that's the only cards the Dems have left. The Democrats famously accused Donald Trump of colluding with Russians. However, a third-party investigation by Real Clear Investigations concluded that Hillary was the one who paid the Russians a sum of $1 million to spread disinformation and try to set up Trump. After the report, the media went radio silent on the story, and to this day, false claims and accusations are still thrown out about Russians colluding with Trump and his administration. I don't know, if I wanted to be evil and collude with other evil people from other countries, we'd probably be like, you know what, bro? How about we secretly agree to start a war over this one spot? And then we can get all these idiots to pump money and resources and manpower into this perpetual meat grinder, as our buddies that own all of the weapons production and energy resources companies make bank off the tax dollars. And then anyone who criticizes and wants to end the war will just say he's against peace and for tyranny, because we can't let the bad guy win. It's like good cop, bad cop. It's like when anyone who criticized the war on terror in the early 2000s was accused of being pro-terrorism and thus anti-American. So just give us your tax dollars and buy some more drones in the name of peace and democracy, of course. Peace, 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 peace. That's why I invested heavily in defense and weapons and manufacturer stocks. It's been a really good year. Oh wait, we just got some news in. My producers tell me. What is this? Trump announces Linda McMahon for Minister of Propaganda. Secretary of Education. What? Is this a troll? Okay, now I don't know what to think. It's like picking Hillary. What do you think is the worst case of standing by your man? Linda standing with Vince McMahon or Hillary standing with Billy Boy? Or maybe there's one I'm forgetting. I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering things. Linda and Trump do have a history of working together, so maybe he feels he can trust her, although I don't remember her doing a very good job, but whatever. I did like when Linda kicked Vince in the Jimmy.
You know pro wrestling's fake, right?
Yeah, but it's real to me. On a November 12th, 2024 episode of The View, Whoopi Goldberg claimed she would leave The View if she had more money, blaming her financial struggles on Trump.
Donald's bad! 12 years of Donald! 12! Bad! Bad man lie! Me feel your pain! Me too have to work for a living! We can't just keep blaming Trump for everything. I'm not saying I like or support him, but maybe don't you think the Democrats deserve maybe at least a little bit of the blame if for no other reason for not picking a better candidate or doing a better job connecting with regular people? You like Donald? Donald!
Whoopi says on the episode, I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. I work for a living. No, you lie for a living. There, corrected it for you. According to Celebrity Net Worth, she has a net worth of $30 million as of November 2024, and $60 million according to the Washington Examiner, with an annual salary of approximately $8 million. $8 million a year. $8 million. Divided by 12, that's like $666,666 a month. Did I do the math right? Let's see here. Carry the one up. Nope, that's right. Of course, with the insane taxes, she's only taking home a little under $4 million a year. Poor thing. She might run out of kitty litter soon. Libs flee X and flock to alternative social media sites. This move comes not because they're being censored, but rather because they are mad that others aren't being censored. Okay. This is just the new I'm leaving for Canada, which I totally had a friend attempt to do back in the day. Of course, they turned him and his girlfriend back when they saw his car full of junk, because that was back when wide open borders weren't cool yet. Lucky for him, though. Look at that place now. Funny how people who claim to be tolerant and have zero tolerance for dissent. I remember the same people made fun of conservatives and moderates for flocking to apps like Rumble and Parler in the wake of a massive censorship campaign that took place during the last election cycle. Haha, very funny, guys. Anyways, as I was saying, people were going to Rumble and Parler in the wake of a massive censorship campaign that took place during the last election cycle. Only this time, libs are mad and fleeing to Blue Sky because people they dislike aren't being censored. You know, when I was a young kitten, liberals wanted less government and censorship, not more. Nowadays, it's like, wait, you disagree with me? Then our MK Ultra programming strip kicks in like a robot. There can only be one conclusion. You must be a Nazi. Operation Removal of Free Speech commence. But Cris Cat. But they're Nazis. Now we have Rumble and Blue Sky. Rumble, which mostly has normal people sick of overbearing language restrictions. But then you get some crazy extremist right supremacist douchebags hanging on there because, fortunately, that's the price of freedom. Likewise, we now have Blue Sky, where all the child preds, sex deviants, and kid diddlers are hiding. Even though most people are probably somewhat normal. For humans, anyways. I hear you got some furries hanging out there, too. But they aren't the kind of furries I normally go for. As an actual cat, I can get the real thing. Contrary to popular belief, you can easily get banned on either site, though. Trust me, I know. But yeah, it makes sense if you can't win a debate. Throw a tantrum and leave with your constituents. That'll show them. It's like this one video I just saw of a girl seeking attention and social media clout, who decided to lock herself in her locker, only to realize she actually locked herself in someone else's locker and is stuck until someone can get help. She's freaking out and having a panic attack in the claustrophobic space, which I can relate. But yeah, it's kind of what Blue Sky is going to feel like once these people realize they trapped themselves in a tiny echo chamber and no one cares or is listening except maybe their friend who is fumbling, unable to open the lock because neither of you know the correct combination and they're too slow to run and get help until you start freaking out and hyperventilating. Meanwhile, everyone else is just trying to get to their next class, thinking, what's this crazy lady doing, banging inside a locker? There's apparently already a lot of fighting on Blue Sky too, as new users flood the site with complaints, censorship requests, and pics of kittens. The kind without fur though, if you know what I mean. Ugh, disgusting. But now we are feeling the pain of sacrifice as bossy and tolerant snowflakes leave us alone and maniacal feminazis cut out their hair in defiance. So painful. No, please don't. Let's watch that again. I don't know. Does she even look worse? I can't tell anymore. Everyone is so damn unhinged. It's like my mom used to say, pretty is as pretty does.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
Actually, you're right, Forrest. You're always right. Dude had a sub 80 IQ and somehow was still smarter than most of us. Who knows, though? Is this liberal mass exodus to alt-left sites like Blue Sky over time going to be less significant, similar to the rise of alt-right sites like Rumble 4 years ago? Or is this a sign of times to come, where like cable TV, channels and networks eventually started leaning one way or another, with channels like MSNBC leaning left and Fox leaning right, only to soon find themselves culturally irrelevant as podcasters and social media alternatives rise to replace them as the significant cultural force? Will social media beget a similar downfall for going down a similar rabbit hole in which diverging viewpoints can no longer be tolerant enough to coexist and create a mature, sensible arena for fair discourse, pushing people to extremes until they have become disenfranchised and no longer have faith in the current mechanisms of information distribution, leveraging technological advances to seek or build alternative ways to communicate and spread information? As people begin losing faith in the corporate, hand-picked talking head puppets that appear on mainstream media network and cable news television, they will continue to find alternative voices and flock to alternative forms of media. Or maybe I'm just another talking cat head. Thank you for watching the Cat Ballz Podcast. Click that like and subscribe button for more videos like this, and thank you for the support. Cat Ballz.